Hello world. So after having to really take time to find my own focus and center again, which in all the turbulences wasn't easy, I've been thinking a lot, studying a lot, seeing what other people have to say about this. Empaths and narcissists. So the one thing I see is that a lot of people are throwing these labels around without really actually understanding the meanings and the dynamics behind it. And of course, most people will claim that they're empaths, regardless of the truth. And then most narcissists will definitely deny that they are the narcissists. So the difference is pretty much in the intentions of people. So is there a malicious intent, or is there an actual genuine intent to help, compassion and love? So the compassion is the main weakness of any empath, and obviously the main weakness of any narcissist is their fragility, their actual self-awareness, which they never disclose, or even if they happen to do, it must be an extremely welcoming and safe space for them. But there's always gonna be at least a little bit they're gonna still leave out, because their main thing is to stay in control. As kids, they couldn't control their environment, they couldn't get what they wanted, and then fear, survival mode, especially if there was any abuse present or traumatic experience, always it will be resulting in a extremely self-centered survival mode. So instead of looking at how people can do things together, their subconscious and main center is what people can do to serve them. That's the narcissistic dynamic. Empaths, always happy to help, always happy when they see other people happy. So basically just extreme givers, where narcissists is the opposite. Funny enough, like when it comes to the toxic sides of both of these people, there's a huge overlap. Like an empath can get really angry, and a narcissist can get really angry. The intensity of the energy itself can be really almost the same. But empaths get angry because they were hurt, because they loved and they got betrayed. Narcissists get angry because they are exposed, and because someone might speak the truth about them. So the catch is now, why is it that these two types of people most often end up together and attracting each other? Well, empaths need to realize that they're not attracting. They are a target. And because of that, and their nature to give, they are more interesting to people with a narcissistic tendency. It's just that simple. Why? Because it's easier to find someone who is really a giver, and it's much easier to push them in a direction that the narcissist wants. Because someone, even though fully aware maybe even of the red flags and all the boundaries crossed and stuff, will keep forgiving and letting go and keep giving more space, more compassion, because genuinely what any empath is stuck to believe, if they didn't learn the boundaries, is that loving a person, showing them all the good things, is gonna help them find a way to heal. But inevitably, what happens is actually enabling the narcissist. They keep getting the attention they want. They keep getting someone that they can control emotionally, and they keep getting that sense of being better. and not better than the empath, but better than the rest of the people, because they are with that empath, they are with that good person. And it's almost like everything is coming out of a thrill. It sort of feels like a game, but it's not. It's just the fact that narcissists are thriving on fear and excitement. What they really get scared of is peace, the boring parts of life when nothing is going on, and their overthinking head goes into overdrive mode, and they start questioning either their partner or themselves. And the empaths are also overthinkers, but the empaths will be questioning, what can I do? What did I do? What did I do wrong? What can I do to make it better? What can I do to make them happier? So the dynamic is always, again, inverted. Narcissists, regardless of what they do, will always find some excuse and something to blame you back, or even accuse you of things you haven't done yet. Whereas the empaths will be blaming themselves for the things that they're not really guilty of. So the fact that these two completely opposite poles attract each other so often is not because of the attraction. It's actually quite the opposite. It's because of the resistance. And one person is attracted to that level, and that's the narcissist, because for them to win over their own resistance, even though they can't, it would be really an achievement to them. For an empath, to prove to the world that any broken soul can heal and be loved would be an achievement to them. So this is where both are so similar. One is trying to prove that they can be better, and the other one is trying to prove that anyone can be better. And both are actually right and wrong at the same time. The right part is, like, when you do your own work, well, you can do whatever you want. You can also walk backwards, but you're still moving. Go ahead. Cheers. You walk backwards, but you're still moving. Even from the backwards movement, you still learn lessons. Narcissists are the people who are stuck in the same space and the same place, and they refuse to come out of their comfort zone because they know best. So ultimately, one is trying to fix their own issues through another person, and the other one is trying to fix the rest of the world through themselves. The best things either one can do. Narcissists, if you guys like competition and arguments and fighting so much, you should look for each other, see who wins. Empaths, stop trying to make everyone so happy and help people who don't want to be helped, because that is where you're actually beating yourself for the mistakes of others. It took me a lot to learn all of this. It took me a lot to realize I was my own biggest pain in the ass. And I hope that some of this, what I said today, is gonna help anyone. And also, when it comes to the people surrounding, if you know your friend is suffering from an abuse, stop suffering with them in silence. Pick them up, help them out. If they're a fool that keeps coming back, well, yeah, that's on them. I was that kind of fool. Now I understand why I pushed so many people away. And then, if you know someone with narcissistic tendencies, and they are the abuser and the bully, man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You should stop pretending. You should stop painting the picture about them being nicer than it is. And if you're being charmed by them, please get help. You need it more than they do. Having said that, that's all for today. I'm not gonna try and sound wise, but I've got a lot more of where this comes from. So I hope you follow for more. Ciao. Peace.